At the Interstellar Academy on Kepler 7, it was easy to forget you were human. Thousands of species walked the titanium-tiled halls, scaled, feathered, gelatinous, or crystalline. Every sentient kind of being was here, preparing to become the next generation of diplomats, scientists, and starship tacticians. Me. I was a scholarship kid from Earth. Nobody special. Well, except maybe to her. Her name was Catherine, but everyone called her Keth. She came from the warlike and reclusive Tsaraxi species. 8 feet tall, lean with exoskeletal ridges, dark crimson skin, and shimmering violet eyes that could see through steel walls and lies alike. Most Tsaraxi looked at humans like soft toys. Weak, squishy, loud. But not her. Keth and I had been classmates for over a year, sitting side by side in advanced stellar navigation. She always answered questions with absolute precision, and when I messed up, she didn't laugh. She asked why like it mattered to her. Still, we weren't friends. Not really. The Tsaraxi kept to their own, and I wasn't brave enough to breach that invisible line. That all changed the night of the blackout. Middle. The storm came in from the methane sea, disrupting the power grid across the academy. Dorms flickered into darkness, and everyone scrambled to activate their backup visors or retreat into their species-specific bunkers. I was in my room, half-dressed, teeth unbrushed, when someone pounded on my door. "Human, you will let me in." The voice was unmistakable, deep, clipped, and full of that Tsaraxi command. I opened the door, heart thumping. There she stood, soaked from the acid rain, steam rising from her armored plates. Even crouched to fit through the doorway, she looked enormous. Keth. My environmental pod failed, she said, glancing around. Yours is still holding. I can tell from the temperature gradient. She pointed at the floor, where her species' infrared vision could detect heat differences I couldn't imagine. I nodded, stepping aside. "Come in." She entered like a cautious beast, ducking under the frame, her long neck swiveling to take in everything. She towered over my ceiling, barely fitting. My room was simple. Desk, bed, a few posters from home, Earth cities lit up in neon, a photo of my family, a tattered paperback of Dune. And apparently that was everything to her. Her eyes narrowed at the posters. "These are representations of your homeworld." "Yeah," I said, a bit embarrassed. "I get homesick." She walked closer to the largest poster, a night view of New York, Earth's last great megacity. The glowing skyline looked like stars reversed onto the surface. So dense, so bright, and yet beautiful. Then she stopped at my desk. Her clawed fingers hovered over my cup of pencils, then my notebook. "You write by hand?" He nodded. "Sometimes. Helps me think." She blinked. "We Tsaraxi only encode thoughts mentally. Guess I'm old-fashioned." She stared at me then, not my room, not my things, me. Really looked. Her expression shifted subtly, some alien softness I couldn't name. She reached for the photo of my family. "This is your pack." "My family?" "Yeah. None are warriors," she said, tilting her head. "You are all smaller, softer." "We don't all fight," I said. "Not like Tsaraxi. Some of us fix ships. Some make art. Some just live." She went quiet. The only sound was the distant howl of the wind outside. Then, like it had built to a boil, she said, "I thought you were weak. But now I see. Your kind holds power in different forms." That was the moment. The line between us, species, culture, everything blurred. One look into my tiny, cluttered room, and it wasn't just a space to hide from a storm anymore. It became the bridge between us. Keth turned, eyes glowing faintly in the emergency lighting. "May I sit?" I hesitated, then motioned to the bed. She sat gingerly, the mattress groaning under her weight. "Do you fear me?" she asked. "Honestly," said. "Not anymore." She nodded slowly. "You should've." Later that night, with nothing else to do during the blackout, we talked. She told me about her planet, Caraxthel, a place of endless black stone plains, where Tsaraxi trained from birth to fight the predators that once hunted them. Her people respected strength, precision, loyalty. Compassion, she admitted, was rarely encouraged. Sentiment, she called it, was a vulnerability. And yet, when she looked at the photo of my sister, the clumsy doodles on my wall, the half-finished song on my datapad, her jaw would tighten slightly, as if her programming was cracking. I told her about Earth, my mom's cooking, my dog Captain, how rain smelled different in summer. She listened, head tilted, eyes sharp. "You miss it. Every day." She reached over, one clawed hand brushing the cover of my book. "Then why did you come here?" "To build something. Something that matters." She was silent again, but her voice finally came low. "That is strength too. Middle to end transition." The blackout lifted at dawn. Light returned in thin, hazy beams. Her comms crackled. Her pod was functional again. She stood to leave. But she didn't go. Instead, she turned to me, her posture formal. "You showed me something tonight I did not expect." "Yeah. You allowed me to be not Tsaraxi for a moment. Just me." Smiled. "Same." She stepped closer. The air grew still. "My people believe physical space is sacred. To enter another's dwelling without combat or dominance is unheard of." I paused. "You invited me, and I felt no fear. Only curiosity. Warmth." Her voice dropped again, a murmur. "Human, I think. You have changed me." I didn't know what to say. What do you say when a living weapon admits she felt safe with you? She tapped her wrist, opening her communicator. "The others will call this weakness. I do not care." Before I could respond, she leaned down, forehead to mine, a Tsaraxi gesture of bond and trust. Then she left. Ending. Things changed after that. Keth no longer sat silently beside me in class. She walked with me between lessons. When other Tsaraxi gave her questioning looks, she gave them back twice as hard. She even visited my room again, this time not because of storms. She brought me a carved obsidian shard from her home, etched with her name and mine in Tsaraxi script. "It is a symbol of kinship," she explained. "Only given once. And in return, I gave her the photo of my family." "They'd want to meet you," I said. Her claws trembled as she took it. "I would like that." Rumors spread, of course. The alien girl and the human. Some laughed. Others watched with quiet awe. But neither of us cared. One day, months later, I walked into the simulation bay to find her waiting. "We are to be deployed together," she said. "Where?" "The border clusters. Joint task force. You and I will be partners." She stepped closer, lowering her voice. "You changed everything when you let me into that room. I saw your world, and I wanted to be part of it." I looked up at her, this towering warrior who once would have crushed me without blinking, and I said, "Then let's build something together. Not just alliances. A future." Her smile, barely visible beneath her facial plates, was real. As we boarded the ship side by side, I remembered that first night. The fear, the storm, the silence between us. And how one look into a room, into a life, had rewritten everything.